Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede, and we already did a Happy Mail segment this morning, and we were talking about some of our friends that have had some things happen. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it on stream, but we're talking about that we have a mini bar corner guarded by Bandit, and we've decided we need a healing corner, not a healing wing. We don't want a whole wing. Okay, we just want a corner for people that are having issues with their health or accidents, Suzanne, to have a place to go recover. So when if you're in Messenger and some messengers and like Facebook Messenger or private message, you can click on the little hearts and the little hearts float up. So in the healing corner, there's little hearts floating up. Okay, okay. In the mini bar corner, there's beer foam. There's like beer foam floating up. So you can pick your corner. Sometimes, it's going to be a little tricky to decide which one you want to go sit in. Do you want to go sit over there in the mini bar corner and the foamy beer corner? Or do you want to go sit in the healing corner with the little hearts? Okay? All right. So when we do this, that means you have to go sit in the healing corner. I'm not sure what the sign is for the beer foam. Okay, now that my eyes are watering, we're going to get on to coloring because okay, so I want to first show somebody, Suzanne, as a matter of fact. Suzanne was asking me about when I was going to get back to mysterious planets. Well, I've been coloring this one just like on my own. So, again, it's going to flash out. When I go to color, I'll zoom in and we'll fix it a little bit. Hey, Kate, by the way. Hi, Fancy Lime. Yes, a healing hearts corner, crafting Amy, and a beer foam corner. You pick. Yeah, do football. Yeah, that's traveling. You'd be traveling. No, that would be basketball. That's a basketball, not football. There's no traveling. Oh my gosh. My eyes, guys. Oh my gosh. My eyes are so watering. Oh my gosh. I can't even see the chat. Yeah. If you're in the beer foam corner, you may need the healing corner. Exactly, Tar Heel Teresa. So this is the one that I've been coloring. I'm trying to make this look like shine, like these are shiny ribbons like in these corners. And I'm trying to stick with some of the, oh, I can't even hardly see. Oh my gosh, my eyes are watering, guys. You crack me up. We crack each other up. Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to keep it kind of on the lighter pastel colors. And I don't know. Sometimes I really want to put black background because it makes the colors really pop. Good to see you, Carol Renee. But I might, again, just like in this one that we're going to color in, I'm trying to leave the backgrounds white. So I may do that with this too. I don't know yet. Your eyes are watering too. So this is as far as I have proceeded in this page, and it's slow going, but this is like when I'm just chilling and just like sitting and watching TV with hubs or something like that. You can see I started putting a little bit of shade, just kind of like I want to leave this white, but have a little bit of like a little bit of color on there for the tablecloth. And so yeah, this one I've just been enjoying, just sitting and taking my time. You can stumble from the foam corner into the healing one. Yes, Terry. So yeah. Okay, so that's Mysterious Planets that I'm working on by myself. Now this one we worked in. I think there's two parts to this already, and I want to finish this up today. This page. And this is I think it's called Magical Delight, I think. And it is a Czech, from Czechoslovakia, Republic of Czech. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Anyway, and so we've only done this so far. And the only thing that I've gone a little further with, and again, guys, I will zoom in and get some of the light flash out when I go to actually start coloring. Hey, Paula, which corner are you sitting in today? You gonna sit next to in the mini bar corner with the beer foam floating up, or are you gonna sit in the healing corner with the hearts floating up? Anyway, so the only thing that I've really colored further from the time that I was coloring this live was these mushrooms. These mushrooms right here, I colored them in 2 shades of purple, and I added white Posca pen over the top that I am going to color over the top of the white Posca. So the Posca just kind of popped out the lines that I wanted in the mushroom, but I don't want to leave them white. I'm going to color over them that same color, this color as well, and knock back the white. But I wanted those lines to really show up, and they weren't. So that's why I did the white Posca and we'll color over that. The only other thing, I know my eyes are still watering. I'm recording, Pat. I'm recording. And then what I did on the doors, if y'all missed it, these both have doors. The only other thing I've colored is the black background on the inside of there, because I also have the little here, and I'm going to put little stars in there. So it's almost just like the keyhole here where you can see through into the stars. I'm going to do the little star dots on the backgrounds of both those little doors. Okay? And there is a glare there. I'm going to have, see, there's the color right there, but when I lay it down, it flashes out. So we're going to try to see what I can do here to try to maybe if I move this lamp up. Let's try. I did that before and it kind of worked. As long as I don't knock it over. As long as I don't knock that lamp over. Let's see here. Is that better? Yeah, now we're talking. As long as I don't knock it over. That's a little better. And then when I zoom in, I'll adjust it. So yeah, so that's how far we have in that. Again, I think I want to leave the backgrounds of this white too. I did do these little berry pops. You know, they're like little berry, you know, or little spores or little things that are blowing in the wind or something. I did color all those in red. So that's why I'm thinking I just want to leave the background of this white. So let's go ahead now and see if we can zoom in and refocus and all that business. And get the right light. Whoa, 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 right light. Not dark. Let's see here. Let's see if we can fix that. I think that might be good. We'll go with that. Okay? So if you have any questions, put them in caps. I do have some black paper here to put behind each one, each side, so that no pressure or anything, you know, dents the next page. So I'll just kind of move back and forth. I'm using my Holbees. I'm using my Holbees on this page. I'm not sure if I started with Holbees. I think I did, but we're going to continue on with Holbees. Now, the luminance that I've been using in the mouse guard and the Holbees that I've been using in a couple different ones, like the Mysterious Planets, and I think I started all the Holbees on this. The reason I'm using those, they're very expensive pencils. In my color books, which I normally wouldn't do if I was familiar enough with those pencils. I'm not familiar enough with my pencils, the Holbees or the Luminance, yet to do full-on portrait commissions yet. So I'm really kind of, this is like practicing for me to get the feel, the colors, the blends, and all that with these other pencils so that I can use them in portraits. But I'm not familiar enough with them yet to do commissions. I did start with whole bees. Thanks, Miss Aroma. All right, so the other thing I want to do now is first go in with the where I painted the background black here. I'm going to go ahead and put some star dots just kind of in the background here. I try to remember and I do try to put notes in the books, but sometimes I forget or the notes don't get stuck in. So yeah. So hope everybody's having a good day. Started out with fun here with a lot of laughter. We like those days when we have some fun and laughter. Okay, now I want that to dry, so I'm going to go ahead and take my heat gun and hit that with the heat gun. Where's my heat gun? Because that's sitting on top, and I want it to dry. All right, so now back to these mushrooms here where I told you I put the white Posca on top to make the lines. And for those of y'all always ask, night Aussie, sleep well. Thanks, Kate, for stopping in before work. You're welcome. Thank you. This is a Uni Posca, and it's the 0.7 millimeter. So, yeah. There's even finer tip ones. I think there's a broader tip. I think this might be like the medium one. So, yeah. But if you use a light touch, you can get really tiny with it. All right. Paula's asking soon. One of those. I think that's. Is it metal, Paula? I think that's like my paint cart. Has a grid. You mean like a metal top on top? I think that's my paint cart is that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you need to know. It's on a need to know basis. So now I want to get out a darker purple and a lavender color to go over those two, or a red purple, I should say. Let's see here which ones. I don't remember what color I used as a base. Not that it really matters, because as long as it's just tinting it. Do you know they have sparkly Poscas too? I think I do have a gold. I think gold and silver maybe. Orla sent me gold and silver. Yeah. But I didn't know they had like glitter ones. I probably may have seen it, but I haven't had one, so let's see. Do I want this color? No, that's not red enough. I want a redder one. That might be too much. I think that'll work, because I'm just going to lightly go on top of the Posca just to knock back the white, but still have it show. Does that make sense? Just so it's not a stark white. Like that. Can you see the difference between that and that? It's subtle. Oh, good deal. Found you a heavyweight rotary paper trimmer for $4 on clearance at Staples. A heavyweight professional one. Sweet, Tar Heel. Sharpie has glitter ones too. Coloring books are such a good way to get familiar and comfortable with new materials. For sure, Miss Aroma. So I think you'll be able to see. Do I need to zoom in more, guys, or are we good on this distance? I'm going to just keep trying to stay under the camera here. So as you can see, where I go over it, you can still see the highlights, but it's not that bright. Don't have to push hard. It goes right on top of the Posca, just like it would acrylic paint. It looks good there? Okay. So yeah, I wanted to finish this page up today. Okay. And now I'm going to take these are tricky to read here. Let's see, because it's I have a chart. I know I told you I was going to pull out my chart. I was going to pull out my chart, and where I swatched them all, but I don't have it out. So again, going right over the top of the Posca. So here's the difference between that one. See? Just lightly, trying to do it lightly. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we are. Thanks, Teresa. Crafting Chaos. Good to see you. And anybody else popping in? If I miss saying good morning to you, happy hump day. Hey, Grammy. Hey, Dazzled. I think I said hi to Carol Renee. I try to say hi to everybody before I hit record, and then, sometimes I miss people when they come in, and probably sometimes when they have ads pop on, they may not hear me say good morning the first time, but you're all welcome, just saying. I just like this color. I wanted this lighter reddish purple. This purple kind of ties in with this, but I think it just needed another color. So I thought this reddish purple, red violet or whatever, kind of helped bring a little brightness and color down here to the bottom, because I have everything else purple and orange and green. So I thought, well, let's just add a little bit of this. But I wanted those lines real stand out. So, what's everybody working in? Started doing a new thing. I chose one page from a stained glass color book and making copies of it on some kind of paper, and then using mediums. Can tell what each medium is going to do. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Yee said that she's doing tests with different mediums. She'll copy a color book page and then try different mediums to see what they'll do. Yeah, you should do that. And really, you should do that. That's good to test what mediums work with, like overcolor pencil, what sprays, fixatives, anything like that. But just remember that every color book paper is different. Every color book paper has different weights, different thicknesses, different textures. Hey, Faye's working in her bullet journal. Needling felt, Dot's needling felt. I think it always looks cool, Dot, but needling felt has the same kind of effect on me as like dry pastels does. It's something about that dry something. I don't know what it is. I just can't touch it. I mean, I've had to use pastels and have used them in the past, but that's kind of like needle felting. It's the same kind of feeling. Ooh, I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It looks awesome. And Dot did a beautiful, let's see, do I have it? Let me see. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera or not. Let's see. She did a beautiful one. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Let's see. Let's search out Miss Dot. Beautiful colors. Oh, you got something else on there too. Is that needle felt? What's this one? What's this, Dot? What's this right here? Oh, it's not going to show up in color, guys. This is a vibrant purple. It's this color, but you can't see it because it's wanting to flash out. And it's got beading in it. That's beautiful. It looks some kind of embroidery, maybe? That's not felting there. But here, she has, she did this felting here. And again, forgive me if it doesn't show up in the colors. But this one is these two colors. It's actually these two colors. But it's not wanting to... I'm trying to tilt it so you can see. Sorry, guys. It's just not wanting to show up. Y'all need to go follow Dorothy. A lot of folks feel like that. They do? Really, Dorothy? So I don't feel so bad. A lot of people feel that feeling. Pat's going to start in a sketchbook. Like, what are you going to sketch, Pat? Scooby is off to the routine dentist appointment. Oh, enjoy. And come back and we'll sit you in the healing corner. Scooby. Oh. It's a wood block print which you've embroidered over. Oh. That's awesome. Y'all need to follow. Follow Dorothy. Yeah. And the phone picture's not doing them justice at all. I should send them to the iPad so you could see them, because the iPad doesn't flash out like the phone does. For whatever reason. I don't know. All right. So, yeah, that just knocked back that white just enough there. So now, let's see what I want to do. I think I want to go over to these mushrooms over here, which I don't want them in these purples. So let's change colors here. And my Hobies are getting mixed up. I have them in the trays, like they came, like all the pastels, but then sometimes a light one. And I know it's probably bugging y'all so much that if I had my pastel tray out, here's my pastels. If I had this tray out and then somehow a color that seemed almost pastel, like let's just say this gold color. Let's just say I use this color and I accidentally put it in the pastel. Y'all would probably freak, wouldn't you? Yeah, the chalky feeling is icky for me too, Whippy. The color book you sent me, Dee Dee. Oh, you got it. Oh, good, Pat. Good. You're welcome. I'm glad you got it. Coloring a pony in mystical journey for your granddaughter. Coloring it in purple. Are you going to tear it out, cut it out, and frame it, Grammy? Or did you make a copy of it to frame for her? All right, so I'm going to look real quick while I'm watching chat. I don't want to knock myself off the air with touching my... I got to move Lappy over just a little because I have to put my color book up here on the edge. So I want to color... But if I push down on my, the pad on my Lappy, will disconnect us. So I got to be careful. I want to color these mushrooms here. So let's see. I don't want them, well, maybe I do want them orange, because that would tie this in. That will bring these colors over here. So maybe we will do some yellows and oranges. It is. If y'all follow her over on Twitter, for sure. All right, so I don't want those trays. I don't want the pastel tray. I think we want this tray. Yes. All right, so let's get the orange, yellow orange. That's probably enough, just those two colors. Maybe a darker, like a sienna color, and that is in the other one. A sienna. Okay, so we're going to go with these three colors. Which, again, guys, I can't read that. I can't read. It's gold lettering. I can get my magnifying glass out, but, yeah. You're going to cut it out and frame it for. Okay. What book am I working in here? Hey, Angie, this one. I think it's something like Magical Delight. I think that's what it translates to in Czech. No, the other one's Polish. This one's Czech. Am I right, girls? Yeah, this one's Czech. The other one's Polish. Don't email me, guys. Just look it up. Google's your friend. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the sienna down at the base of these. I got to get crack-a-lackin'. I mean, I don't have that much left to finish on this page, and I probably won't finish it. I'm going to try. We have another couple hours. We'll work on it until the time it runs out. We're only at 25 minutes now, so we'll work for a couple hours if need be or less. And then I think Janet, did Eileen Trickerhead you into streaming after this? The Holbein colors are gorgeous. Yes, they are, Nat. And normally, I gotta say, guys, normally, if I were familiar with the Holbeins, the Holbees as we call them, or even the Loomies, I would not be using them in color books. That's just me. I would not be using them to color book pages. I'd be using them just in my portraits and other art because they're expensive. But I am trying to learn the feel of them, the blendability, the colors. I'm trying to learn them well enough to really do something with them. Yeah, I know Joycey's not streaming. That's why I'm saying, didn't Eileen Trickerhead you into streaming? I know you don't care how long I go, but I'm not going to start I'm not going to start another part on this particular thing. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of have them almost fade into the wood here. I'll probably put a little bit of a darker shadow behind them. But I'm going to have the bases of the mushrooms like orange and sienna. And then I need a dark brown. Let's see. Do I need this dark brown? That might be maroon. The maroon's in the... Yeah, that's burgundy. I don't want burgundy. So like when I have all like 4 or 5 colors in my hand and I go to put them away, I know I don't put them back in their proper places. I try. I try to put them back in their homes, like all the pastels and all that. You're thinking about it? Okay, well, you know that by the time this show's over, the girls will have thoroughly trickerheaded you into doing it, Janet. So just get ready to do something. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to shadow behind so they kind of stand out just a little. Can y'all see this? Do I need to zoom in? I can zoom in even more if need be. Just kind of getting some of the behind the mushrooms there, some of the darker tree shadow, just so they don't get lost in the tree. Let me take a sip of coffee. Sam's Club still has a pack of 36 Prismacolors for $20. Thanks, Angie. And she can find those bargains, I'm telling y'all. She can find those bargains. All right. Yes, Janet, yeah, that would be a good one to show some of your well, she has shown some of her I don't know if she calls them journals, but writing lettering. That's the word I'm looking for. Lettering books and lettering pages that she's done. She has a lot of those. I'm trying to stay in here. Hey, what is it? Magic Windsor? Finally got to find us. Oh, well, good. Good to have you, Magic Windsor. That's a cool name, Magic Windsor. It'll probably be called something else by the end of the day. we always end up with pet names. And I'm not putting any pressure, guys. It's light touch so that you can layer, right? If you want to layer, you have to have a light touch. I'm going to put maybe just a little, this is a larger one, so let's put a little bit of a gold right under there. Oh, you gosh! If you've watched most, I've got 600 and almost 650 videos. You are you are dedicated then. Thank you, Magic Windsor. That's sweet. Okay, go in there just a little dark, right in the little peaks. Maybe a little bit of extra wood grain. Tassels like Karen. Okay, I missed what Karen made. Sorry, I don't know what tassels Karen made. You have a hard time with light touch? Yeah, hold your pencil farther back. It's hard to bear down when you're way back here. Yeah, do this. All right, now the tops are going to be kind of like the yellow color. So that's kind of taking the same color here, here, and then over to this one. And if y'all are just watching this is the one that we cut the doors. The doors come in the back page, the back of the book, and you cut them out and you slice your page right here and you tuck in. So the pages are just one side, and then I just put a piece of Scotch tape there. Okay, so there's one little door there. And this little door here. And then adorbs. So cute. Yeah. Just, back it up. If you feel like you're having a heavy hand, just go beep, 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 beep. Will that help you remember? Oh, and you know what? I forgot I was going to get out my giant moly. My giant Moleskine. We haven't worked in it forever, and it's stuck down there with my portfolios with my big giant posters and stuff. So I forget about it because I have to store it down there with all my bigger pieces because I don't have a place to really store it except under there. Then I forget about it. And the other thing I forgot last week, or maybe it was Monday. See, I lose track of time. On Monday, I forgot I was going to, or maybe it was last week, I was going to varnish a page in one of my mixed media journals just so you can see how little it takes to varnish a page. I forgot to do that too. See, at the end, I tell y'all, remember to tell me to do this, and y'all may say, and I just don't see it. So, yeah. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to take the orange. Let me sharpen it. And the Holbees do, it's not like when you sharpen them, they don't sharpen like, and I use the big side. I use the big side rather than the small side. This makes long, sharp points. This side makes the stubby ones. See, it makes a stubby point, but it's very sharp. Okay, it's very sharp, but it's a stubby. You don't have to sharpen much, like 2 twists and it's pointy. But I do find that the sharp point does wear down kind of quick. But it doesn't sharpen much. So, yeah. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of orange on the tops. Just to kind of tie it in with all the other orange. You like that, the big moly? Yeah. But I forgot about it. I mean, I really, literally forgot about that I had it. Because I'm always using, I'm using mostly my Dilutions journals or my Eileen and the altered books, using altered books. Okay, bye Samurai. Thanks for being here. Hope you had a good time. I always hope everybody's having, a few smiles and stuff while they're here. If nothing else, you can go sit in the mini bar corner. Just adding a little bit of orange to the top of the yellow. And that's probably all these will need, just that little bit. And then those little dots, the little mushroom spores or whatever, coloring them orange as well. A little bit of shading. So yeah, I love my Holbees. But what I probably, maybe I would have bought them at some point, but not for color booking. I would never have bought them for color booking. And still, I'm just using them to learn, to practice, so that if I can use them in, art pieces. Not that you can't use them, and if all you do is color in color books, and that's all your creative juices you use, then, and you can afford them, then, hey, they're awesome. But when I tell people to go, just starting color booking, to go buy you some Holbees to start coloring with, yeah, that's just not practical. But I love them. Thank you so much, Melody. All right, so there we go. So that orange kind of ties across the page, see? All the way across the page. So now I want to think about the metal, because I'll use the metal, the whatever it is I use for metal here on the latch, the metal in the key, and the metal over here on this hinge. Do I want it gold? I really don't want silver. Those tiny chat that is. Oh, maybe it's just a group thing. Yeah, I don't do planners either. I love them though. I love the look of them. I love the happy planner. I made me a color book one. I made me a planner out of a color book for the year that I have the birthdays in and all my videos. I write down all the videos, just a quick list of them to keep track. In this book here. Okay. I remember I added my own pages to them here. and then tipped in, you know, other things with the color book here. Then what I do is, like, let me see, here's my January. Where's my January? So here's all the videos. No, that's February. Here. These are all the videos that I put out in January. And then I keep track of how many subscribers I have that month, how many views, and how many videos. Then we go over to February. This is so far how many I have in February. So I just write down the name, the video title, and kind of keep track of it a little bit. Because I don't have a full-on list of all 600 and close to 650 videos now. I mean, I don't have a list of them. Yeah. So what I'm saying though is, if you're not a planner person, then use an old color book. Use a new color book. Use a color book you're not using just to color in, and turn it into a calendar. There's a video on that. I have a video on that. Okay. So I think, let me just go back in here with just a little sienna shading right under the caps here of a couple of these. But I love them. I love the look of planners. I love the idea of it. But remember a few years ago, I think it was 2004. No. Anyway, I don't remember. But I took a big 12 by 12. Oh, I miss what you said, Eileen. Let me see if I can scroll that back 3. Janet needs a stamp that says litter, so she can go ahead and stamp each day. I keep journals kind of differently. I don't keep diary types. There's where my I have to draw the line for myself personally. Is the diary type planner, the diary type journal, because I've told y'all this story before. Let me keep coloring while I'm doing that. I had a big 12 by 12, you know, the scrapbook 3-ring binder type binders, the big ones. And I took a calendar, and maybe this is something y'all might like to do. Take a calendar, a pretty calendar, and punch holes in it, and put pretty 12 by 12 scrapbook paper in there, and use that for like your planner diary, you know, the big, you know, this. Like here. You know, like this, where you can keep track. This is already 12 by 12, so you punch a holes in it, and you can put it in your in a 12 by 12 binder, along with scrapbook paper, blank paper, and all that. Well, I tried to do it for a year and keep track of everything I did, and you know, everything, just like people that do planners heavily do. They keep their list, they keep everything they do and all that. I did it for a year, and like I said before, by the time October rolled around, I was ready to toss that whole year in the garbage. But I was so invested in keeping track of everything for a year. I was like, I can't stop now. Can't stop now. But I will never do that again. So I do keep journals. I love bullet journals. I love lists. But I do not date anything. I can't say I don't date anything. You know, I have that in that color book journal. I have a month of the birthdays on the days, but I do not keep track of everything like that day by minute. By Grammy, I just can't do it because that's all I'm thinking about. Did I write this in my journal? Did I bullet journal this? Did I keep track of that? Not for me, people. Not for me. But if you can do it and you like it, there's no, you know, I'm not dissing on anybody that can or does enjoy it, but it stressed me out. It did. So, yeah. Okay, I think I got that done. Well, let's just kind of work my way up here, up this tree a little. Maybe a little bit of shadow under some of these leaves, just a little. Yeah, and some people don't like lists. See, I love lists. I love lists and mind mapping. I could drag out a thought for weeks and mind map it out and carry out how many ideas you can get out. I have 6 well, 5 serious, well, 4 serious, one half serious, and another like big sketchbook idea journal. 3 ring binders of ideas. I love ideas. I love writing down ideas, carrying through on ideas, mind mapping ideas, thinking out ideas. I love all that. But keeping track of your day to day activities, I just can't do it. And that's just me. A lot of people love doing it, and that's great. We all are different, all like different things and enjoy doing different things. List are overwhelming to you? Well, I guess maybe we have different ideas of what. If you mean a list of things, a to-do list, that's not exactly what I'm talking about, although I do have to-do list. Um, I have all kinds of lists for ideas. I love to list. I'll list anything. I'll list every animal. I'll list every, you know, uh, yeah, I'll list anything and then try to combine them in different ways and ideas come to you. Then you can mind map it all out in different ways. I love that stuff. Adding colors. Um, yeah. I'm not big on a to-do list because I usually, my to-do list are post-it notes. If I have something to do, I write it on a post-it note. Okay, I'll write it on a post-it note like we talked about, and then that'll either go into whatever book or idea journal. I have tons of my idea journal, so it might go into an idea journal. It might go into the Wingnut book. It might be a commission I need to do. Then when that thing is done, it gets just trashed. I don't keep it. Like right here, I wrote down show the giant moly. So once I show you the giant moly, whether it's today or whenever, then this goes in the trash. So that's how I keep track of like to do things, you know. Of course, I have my birthday list, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, just any list to be overwhelming. Yeah, see, I love my list. And that's funny how different people like different things. Some people can keep track of everything they ate, no problem. Keep track of every place they go, every receipt they ever kept. Keep track of every penny they spend. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do in a traditional, your happy planners, right? Yeah. Because I work on multiple things at a time. I'm working 5, 6, 8, 10 different color books at a time. We'll go from one to the other to the other. We'll do videos on one, part 2 next week, part 3 a week later. I try not to get them too spaced out because then people forget or like lose track of where they are. But yeah. Yummy coconut mocha coffee with almond joy creamer, okay? Coconut mocha, yeah. I just like Colombian coffee, strong, extra strong, and milk, no sugar. Not much for flavored coffee. I know that's weird. Thanks, Marilyn. Sleep well. Be looking for a little happy mail for all the work you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Marilyn. Okay, so there we go. I think that's enough wood grain. Just a little extra, few extra wood grains. I might go over it with another brown, but just to kind of tie in maybe a redder, like a sienna or something. Not this sienna. I don't want the same one. But anyway, I might just kind of go over the whole thing. Okay, so let's keep moving. So now I want to think about see, here's where I put things back, and are they going back in the right places? I'm not quite sure. What kind of metal? I think it needs to be gold, silver, or maybe it needs to be copper. I'm tempted to paint, but let's see. Let's see what copper pencil will do. Here's the copper pencil. That's what you drink too, Carol Renee? Yeah, I like strong coffee, no sugar. I used to have drink sugar years, I mean, like in my 20s. But yeah, I can never do that. Keeping more than one project on the go makes your brain hurt. And it does a lot of people. For me, it keeps me thinking. Keeps me thinking. Keeps me going. Yeah. That's why I don't start at the beginning of a color book and color page by page by page by page. Some people have to do that. It drives them nuts just to open the book in the middle of a book and color a page, or an art journal, or a mixed media journal, or a magazine journal, or a napkin journal, or a Moley, whatever. They can't just pop open in the middle because they have to start at the beginning. Yeah, I don't. I'm almost have to start somewhere other than the beginning. But again, guys, I'm not saying your way's wrong and my way's right. It's just the way of it. We just do different ways. All right, so let's see what happens with the copper. I'll probably have to add, I think I'll do a little light shade of copper, and then I think I'll put some green on it to make it like a verdigris, kind of like rusty copper. And I'm going to do all the metal the same. So I'm just going to kind of put a light coat. Of copper on all the metal, and you might not hardly be able to see it. And whether it shines or not doesn't really matter to me. And then these little beads, I'm going to have the whole thing kind of like rusty copper. And then there's some jewels. There's a couple jewels in the key, so I'll keep those. Might do those red because they'll stand out. I don't use metallics very often, metallic pencils, but I figure, hey, we need to learn how to use our Holbees to their fullest extent. Melted ice cream, that's your coffee bookmaster. And then you put that much sugar in it because it's like melted ice cream. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Pat. We all just do things different ways. That's what makes it interesting and fun and sharing, because we all, do things differently. If we all did everything exactly the same, we wouldn't need to share things. We'd all be doing it exactly the same way. What fun is that? All right. I'm just rambling. All right, now I gotta think what kind of a green is going to be the best to be like a verdigris kind of rusty green. Let me look that up on my phone. Let's see if I can kind of match a color. Let's Google that baby. Rusty copper green. Let's see if that comes up. Rusty green copper. And let's go to images. Oh yeah, baby. Now it's not going to show up for you probably very much, but yeah. Perfect examples. Look at all those examples of rusty green copper, right? So with my copper, I'm going to need something a little darker than just the copper as far as... Oh, that's showing up pretty good for you guys. So it's almost a tealy... Was it this? Kind of a little bit of that teal. Whoops, I just put a big mark on my page here. Oh, that's an excuse to get out my... I just put a big mark across my page. I'm having so much fun with that little thing. I know, right, Julie? Okay, so we'll have the copper, and because I don't want it a limey green, I want it that blue green. And then I just need a lighter shade of that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see, a lighter shade. Let's go into the pastels. Yeah, these three colors. But I think I also need a little bit maybe like a sienna to go to darken the copper, you know. So yeah, here's our verdigris. Is that the right how you say it? Verdigris? You know, the rusty copper. All right, so I'll start with the dark teal, and I need to sharpen these up because these areas are tiny. We want pointy. And they just sharpen with almost like 2 twists. But they do dull down kind of fast. I hope this is fun for you guys. I don't know. It's fun for me. Oh, but I do want red jewels. So let's get a nice bright red. I don't want to forget. And I could put some Winkostella or Stickles or something to make those really shine. Although it never shows, you know, that stuff doesn't show up on when I take a picture of it. You know, the Winkostella, the Stickles, any of that glittery stuff. It doesn't show up when you photograph it. But I think I might want a couple more. Do I want any more little red jewels? Nah, I'll just keep those 2. I know, right, Terry? Okay, so now I'm going to start shading with the teal. So I'm going to get some of those areas. But remember, you got to kind of keep it rusty looking. So you can't be too perfect. I mean, this is tiny, but I want to kind of like scratchy here and there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off exactly what I'm imagining, but I'm going to try. So it's not uniform. It's just kind of like, and I know you can't see the copper. That's why I'm going to also add some of the sienna to darken the copper. But to have that like weathered look, you can't have it perfect. Has to be like all kind of like scratchy, messy. Verdigris is the right name for rusty copper. Thank you, Dot. So, yeah, if you want it to look rusty like. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the tealy color on, and including all this, all these little balls here and the little bits. And just do all that. Same thing for all of this. And over here on this one too. They're all going to be the exact same copper stuff. All right, now I'm going to go in with the dark sienna. Eileen! Oh, she already left. Okay, sorry I missed saying bye to you, E.T. All right. So I'm just going to go next to the Just kind of make it a little messy. And now the key. Not really a rhyme or reason to how I'm coloring it, just I want that effect. Okay, now go in with the light teal. I think I'll go back and forth between the light teal and the copper because I want to keep some of that copper look in there. And the light. I don't know. I mean, it kind of does. But it's almost like it needs that shine in there. You know, you almost have to have something glittery on there. So I probably will put Wink Stella right over the top of it. Maybe just a little more blend. Hey, Book Mister. Anybody else I might have missed? Okay. Alright, over here. You can put links in, Book. If you haven't already, feel free. Okay, back with the light teal. Back with the dark. And then over here, a little bit on this, the latch, the handle. It's so tiny, it's not really showing up on camera. I mean, I can see that it's nice and bright green, but I don't know that it's really got that effect on camera. Hey, Ranja. I hope you're enjoying the show here, Book. Okay. Now I want to go back in with just a little more sienna. Then we'll go over it with some Winkostella to make it pop. Yeah, Janet's going to be streaming shortly. I hope that was your link. Hi, Pi. Is that the link to your channel, Janet, I hope? Did we talk you into doing some lettering stuff, Janet? You kicked yourself out of the... I've done that before. I have done that many times. Kick myself out. Done it. Okay, I'm liking that. So let's add just a little copper. And actually some red stickles would be cool. But the thing about stickles, if you add a stickles in your color book page, one, it takes a long time to dry. And if you do use stickles, you want to make sure that you keep it kind of flat. Because if you make a bump, like if you put a blob of stickles like on a jewel, it looks awesome. But then when you go to color anything else, you got a bump there, right? You'll have you're going to be fighting a bump on the back of the page. So you got to kind of monitor that when you add big blobs of stickles or anything. All right, but I'm going to just add some Winkostella. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that, the copper bits. I think it has that verdigris kind of vibe. All right, let's see. Let me put my pencils back in sort of the right places. And let's get a Winkostella, because I want y'all to see it. All right, let's see if I got this going here. Yeah, it's flowing. So on here, on the hinge here, and it's just a little bit of shimmer. That's all it does. It's not like a big glitter blob. It's just a shimmer, and it dries almost pretty quick. And you got to kind of tilt your head to see. And if you squeeze any out, you want to do it off to the side. Don't do it over your book, because I've done that and I put a big blob on there. Trying to get it flowing and blop. I'll tilt it sideways so you can see. Hi, Tammy. And I can see the shine by looking at it at an angle. And I'll hold it up so y'all can see it too. Okay, and then this last hinge over here. And the little latch on the door. Oh, well, you know what? Should have done that one too, I think. Let's just put a little bit of teal. Where's my teal? Here it goes. And then some shimmer over that. I think that's good. Okay, I'm looking at it from the side and seeing if I missed any place. That looks pretty good. Where can we find out when the other color Artist streaming. Well, because different people do different things, Carrie has a streamer list, but when people color or when they do something else, that's totally on the streamer's decision. Hey, Laura. Whether they color that day or like me, I do all different things. Some days we'll draw, some days we'll color, some days we'll do mixed media, some days we'll do collage. But I can't tell you what days. I mean, I was trying to kind of think, well, every Monday I would color, but this last Monday we did a poster. So, yeah, I can't tell you when different I mean, I don't think streamers have a list of coloring. Does that make sense? All right, so here we go. Let's see. There you go. So you can see the copper and the shimmer to make it look like a verdigris look on the key. There we go. Right there. Shh, shh, shh. And I carried it all the way up, and then right there on that hinge. See how it's glittery, kind of? But it's not like glitter like stickles. You don't feel any glitter at all. Once it dries, and it's almost dry, there's no bumpiness to it at all. Here's the little hinge on this side and the little door latch. But the key's the biggest thing for you to be able to see. Thanks. We're coloring in I think it's called Magical Delights. This one. The Clara Markova. Yeah, we're finishing up this page. Well, we're trying to. We're trying to finish it up. Thanks, guys. All right, so what do we have left? We have the insides of the little doors here, inside those little rooms to color. I think I'll go ahead and do these butterflies, and I already colored the little caterpillar. Yeah, it is sparkly, right? It's very sparkly, but it's not. It's shimmer. It's shimmer, not glitter. You know, it's not a glitter like in the sense of like your stickles. However, I did go over those little jewels. I'll probably put a little bit of stickles on those red jewels later, but I don't want to do it now because it won't dry immediately like the Winkastella does. All right, so let's see. I might go ahead and do these two butterflies with this reddish purple color because then that'll tie this into that so that your colors kind of flow all the way around. So let's go ahead and do the kind of a magenta color, magenta butterflies with probably some of the darker purple little accents. Okay, so I'm just going to start by coloring the whole thing. I'm going to color the whole butterfly magenta. And I think I'm going to do their little cocoon this color too. I'm just going to color the whole thing because I'm going to go back over it with the darker purple and a darker magenta because I'm going to keep them all this color. I'm not going to add any orange or anything to them. I'm going to just keep them these two shades of purple and magenta. But I want it more on the magenta side. So just a little bit of purple shadow. Shimmer glitters more discreet than the other Nature's Sister. Okay, so now I'm going to get in here because I want this to be a prominent color. Probably the little body here too. But maybe I'll have a little checkerboard wingage. Like that. Same for this one. Little body. that because I'm tying this color in to these mushrooms. Okay, then let's see. Let's do the bottom part here. The magenta. And then the purple. On top of that. And then I'll blend that in with the magenta a little bit. I'm trying to keep the magenta the prominent color that you see. Okay, now let's do the little heart shape in the body. And just maybe a little bit of shadow in there of the purple. Again, wanting to keep the magenta color. Blend that out a little. Okay. Same for this one. Feather it out. And maybe just a tiny bit of Posca here. A couple little touches. And you can always go back over that like we did on the mushroom. If your white is too stark, your little highlights are too bright, then let that dry and then go back over it with your color. Okay. So let me hit that with the heat gun so it dries real quick. Alright, and then take just kind of knock back the white. But it just makes it nice and bright when you do that. Little touches. Hey, Sarah O. Anybody else I missed here? Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. I should take a sip of coffee. Ice cold. Ugh. All right, let's do these two little bitty ones here. Same thing. I'm just going to color the whole thing with magenta. Go in here with the purple. A little darker magenta on their wings. Just gives it a little bit of color right in the middle of the page there. Hey, Zandra. Anybody popping in? Thanks, guys. All right. This little ball here needs that could almost use some shine to it as well. Could use like a jewel bit. Okay. I mean a shimmer like what do you call it? Where's my red again? Put a little red jewel in the middle of that. Go with that little. Okay, so I think other than the insides of the buildings, this one and this one, and the little wreath. I think we have it pretty much done. I see a little spot here where I just like to pop this out every now and then. Just a little bit out of, there we go. Okay, let's do the little, I think I'm going to do that orange, like a little fall leaves. Because we have the orange on this door too. See, I try to carry the colors all the way around. Oh, I got something. Is that a, no, that's just a place where I messed up a berry. Let's just paint that out a little. I'll take 2 coats. I messed up a little berry there or something. Probably when my hand went across it when it was wet or something. And then right here, I have a little out of, I think I drug my pencil over that. Okay, so let's put the purple away and let's get out the oranges again. The orange, the sienna, and a yellow ochre. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the whole thing and just color the whole thing yellow ochre. Go in here with some orange leaves. And some sienna kind of berry thingies in there to sharpen. Thanks, guys. I'll give y'all some color book inspiration here. And then probably a little maybe dark olive shadow. Let's see. Is that olive enough? Let's go with up here. I need an olive green because I want a shadow under it a little. Let's see. Might want a little bit of, let me put some white dots in here to pop out a few little areas, and I'll go over those with yellow because they're not standing out enough. Like that. Let me dry it. Put these away. And then take a brighter yellow. And go over the white dots to turn them yellow. And it could have been little red berries, but I wanted to keep it kind of fall looking. So just go with those. I need a little bit more sienna shadowing. So yeah, I'll back way out so you can see it. Oh, and then I wanted to show y'all the giant Moleskine. Looks very beautiful. Thank you, Beth. A color book you need to get. It is a fun one. It's very fairy tale. I'll do another flip for you guys. All right, so I'm not going to work on the inside of the little rooms. I'll do that. I can do that later. I mean, I can do that off camera. All right, so let me go ahead and back out. that's probably pretty good. Let's refocus. Let's get it. Whoops, sorry. Let's brighten it up just a little here. Okay, let me move my pencils out of the way. Move all the Holbees, so I'm trying to learn how to use, so I do them justice. All right. All right. Looks a little. Let's see if we can get the right light going here again. There we go. That's pretty good. So yeah. And again, you can see the shimmer on the key. It doesn't look turquoisey to you there, but it does in person. Has that copper turquoise color. It's not showing up on camera, but there we go. And so then I just have to do the little inside of the doors there. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'll take a picture of it. Trying to figure out if I color the inside of those, should I just open these? Maybe have one kind of half open like that. Have one like that, so you can tell that it's like an open door. You know, I hate to hide the little hinges too. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just take a picture of it like just barely open, so you can kind of tell they're opening. Because if you haven't seen the book, then you wouldn't know that those come in it. So this is the book. Yeah, I think it's called Magical Delight in Czech. Yeah. So I'm going to just do a flip for you guys. Here, let me take my black papers out that are behind each page. And let's just do a little flip for you, which I've already done. See, this is where you cut those out. You cut the doors out, and there's another one here. This one goes on the necklace that we'll hope you will see. So, and it's one-sided. The back of every page has this little design on the back of every page. And if it's a double-sided page, like this one is, then it has it here, and then it has it here twice, so that the pages aren't cut into. We did a little leaf practice there. Someone wanted to see a green leaf done. So just so y'all can kind of see. Isn't it adorbs? Just do a quick little flip. I don't know who's tweeting me like crazy here. See how this one looks like the behind a watch. See, there's the watch hand like barely open. Then you see inside the tree there. And look at this violin and the little flowers. Are you going to color the scene? Yes, I'm going to color the scene in the house. Not now. Because I want to go ahead and stop for the day. Because I want to make it over to Janet's. So yeah. Even though I don't know what time she's probably going to come on, 1 or something. Little bookmark from her, and I have a signed copy of it. The artist signed it. The little pictures of the back page would be great. Yeah, you could test your colors there. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. That's the one there. I'm real happy with it. I think I'm going to leave all the backgrounds in this book white. Because you know I love to paint me some backgrounds. But I think I'm going to leave all the backgrounds in this one white. All right, so let's stop on that, and just real quick, let's see if I can back everything up here. So trying to keep it in camera. Got Lappy glaring on me right there. Let's see. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Yee. All right, let's see if I have to make sure I have enough room, because it's a big. Let me see if I can move Lappy way over without moving my camera. Nope, it's gonna want to move my camera. Okay, we'll just have to ignore the little bit of Lappy that's there. Okay, so let's see if I can put my hand right on. Hang on, I gotta go under. I'm going in. See if I can find the big moly. I may or may not find it right off, so if I can't, then we'll just... because I have 3 feet of art under here. Where are you, Molly? Where are you? Oh. Ah, here we go. I found it. All right. So we got moly, which is, I should just clarify, it's a deconstructed moly. It's deconstructed moly now. So what this is, it's a large Moleskine, which is, I got it, I think about 3 years ago. My birthday. I got it at Blick, actually at Blick. I didn't see them here this last time, but I wasn't really looking for them. So you can see how thick and full this one is. Oh, I think I have some other things stuck in there. I do. Oh, I have my old napkin journal stuck in there. Y'all want to see that real quick? We'll do a little flip here. I have some other things stuck in here. But the moly itself, oh, sorry guys, let me loosen up this cord. My camera cord wants to keep catching. There we go. All right. So, hey Bunny. All right, so let's see. This one is, I got my double-sided clear ruler here. It is 17, almost 17 by 12. Yeah, 12 by 17. Big book. Big Mama Jamba. So if y'all know what a Moleskine is, it's the same. Here, let me grab one off the shelf in case you don't know. I got tons of them. I don't say I have hundreds, but I have a lot. These. They're little molies like this. This kind of thing. These are my, this is like what I like to journal in. Yeah. But anyway, so a couple, I guess probably 3 years ago, 3 birthdays ago, and I know it's getting lost because it's black on black here. Let's see if I can back out even more here, guys. Okay, that's as far as I can back out. Never complain if you want to stream longer. Yeah, well, I'll stream till I show this. I have a little bit of time. Yeah, just tack this on the end. All right, so this is it was a moly, which was, thin. I mean, it was like compact, let's say. It was a compact Moleskine, like about this thick. But I deconstructed it. I took it all apart. So you can see this is about how thick it was right there. Okay, but I've deconstructed it. So let's see if I can just flip this open here and try to kind of show you. Let me see if I can take this out. Oh, I even got my old Darcy painting in here. Got this old painting in here. Did this painting on a board. It was like Darcy UK. Okay, I mean, it's not supposed to be a portrait of her. It's like a whimsy of her. All right, so let me take out, I'm taking out all the middle here. I'm taking out all the guts so I can show you just the book itself, which is now really flared out. But I did collage. Here's some bits here, some color book page bits for another project stuck in there. So I did mixed media collaging inside the covers, and see, it even has the little flap, just like the another little leaf, just like the small Molly. Okay, has a bookmark, has a big bookmark, just like I call them Mollies because we are friends. I think that I actually did Google this one year, and because everybody's going, is it Moleskine? Is it Moleskine? They're calling all different things. So I looked it up on the Moleskine site, and they went out and they did a thing, and it technically, I guess, it's supposed to be pronounced Moleskine. But I just call them Molies. I don't care what anybody calls it, to tell you the truth. Okay, and then it's got the band. See, it's got the band, the closure, just like the little ones. Okay, but I deconstructed mine. I took the guts out because I turned it into a mixed media art journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of flip through some of the pages. Some have been cut down. Some are. This one actually wasn't even part of the Molly. This is just a small. Mixed media collage. This is Barb's Cat Chance. Guts gonna be. Which of your paint colors do you need to replace? Black and white. I use a lot of black and white. Those go the quickest. And I don't know why I have these little color book things. We probably did something. Okay, so here's some of the pages. Now, of course, not everything's done in here, but they're just kind of like, now this one's like a napkin page. We use napkins. We use a color book page, a lot of stickles. Okay, see all the stickles on this? And so we just had a little mermaid kind of peeking out of a door. This is like a stencil arch, I think. So I'm just going to kind of go through here so you can kind of see some of the ones we've done. I totally forgot about this book. Totally forgot about it. I'm glad whoever brought it up. Yeah, Terry. So you can see some of our mixed media pages. So like this is a napkin. This is out of the, what's her name? Book, color book. Napkins, paint, collage. There's another one. The butterflies. This is a napkin right here, and then we built a whole world around that napkin. Hope y'all can see. This is out of the Somerset Studio Color, their first color book, and they actually, I think they put this one in one of their back pages. So yeah, napkins, color book page, stencils, a little bit, 2 different napkins here. See the little birds there. So yeah, this is just a large flip. Okay, here's another one. Oops. Some of them, they're all upside down, right side up. That's the Fallen Warrior. A bit of color book page stuck in there. I should take those out. I don't know what that was for. I got some like collage bits in here. I don't know what we were doing, but we were going to make a poster, t-shirt or something. You're the boss of your color book. This is just a piece of copy paper in here. But we're going to do something with the boss of your color book with all these color crayons all over it. See? Color crayons all over. Okay, what else? And so, anyway, well, what this journal started out as, I'm going to show you some more, was a Smackin Dragon. Okay, A Smackin Dragon journal is where you put out your big craft mat, or in my case, it's a big piece of plastic quilting mat, the back side of a cutting mat, and you spray out inks. I use dilutions, and some of them I use paint, and you spray them out on your craft mat. You turn your whole book over, and you smack it down and you drag it. That's why I call it Smackin Dragon. So you spray, put a whole bunch out. I've done it a few times. I think there's a recording on it. And then you take, I took the whole book actually. I did this when the book was all together. And then I turned the whole book over. I went bam and pull. And then you get all these kind of cool designs. Some you can add stencils. So this is all bits and pieces of Smackin Dragon stencils. I got some giraffes in here. I don't know. There's some more little bits of flowers that were in there. I probably just threw this stuff in here. So yeah. So there's a lot of half napkins, half Smackin Dragon to get the cool effect, see? Your background pages. And they're done on both sides. I'm going to kind of go through here quickly, trying to kind of pick the best sides. Here's some more stenciling. Here's some Smackin Dragon, and then I started adding my collage. There's a piece of napkin. I was not watching when I heard here's Smackin Dragon. I think I did Bennett Klein. I'm sorry, I'm missing something with the Smackin Dragon and the Bennett Klein has a dragon book out. Is that where we're going with that book? Hubster here? Hey, Hubster. Here's some stencils and napkins. Again, I don't know where we were doing something. We always have plans here, guys. We're always doing something here. Anyway, it's deconstructed. So these pages are all ready for other projects. Yeah, I see y'all saying it. Yeah. Hey, Hubster. He's probably wondering what's for dinner. No. There's a piece of a dragon there. Another piece of dragon there. I don't know what all else is in here, guys. So, yeah. Some are more vibrant than others. But if you y'all want me to show you a quick Smackin Dragon? Sounds like you're saying smack. That's what I turned it into, book. Yeah, Smackin a Dragon. Yeah. That's what that's how the interpretation is. Yeah. Okay, yeah, off to the post office. Thanks, postman. Yeah, I'll use some of these. Let me pull some of these out that have not much on them. We'll do a little Smackin Dragon. Would y'all like that? Because these they're not very vibrant. They're not very colorful. Now this one, I love this black and yellow. And look, guys, it is more vibrant than it looks on camera. It got a little flashed out with all the dragon. Yeah. Okay, so I'll pick a few pages here and we'll Smackin Dragon these. Here's one that's got more stencils. This one's more colorful. But I'm going to pick out some of these that don't have a lot of color, and we're going to Smackin Dragon these. Let's go with this one. So we did, essentially, guys, we did the whole book. We did the whole book in one sitting. However many pages there were. 100 pages? Yes, please. I think there was like 100 pages, and we did them all, guys. I'm kind of going through. Maybe there was 50 and two sides. Then there's a big tiger we cut out to color book. So I think we cut him out so you can see how you can add. You can add your color book pages, especially large ones like this, to a big piece. Do it, do it. Here's we started with another piece here. I got some different, they're all in progress. That's what the Smackin Dragon was for. To have pages ready to play with. Ready to go. Okay, here's a couple more. See, they're getting a little bent because the spine is not as big as the... Okay, there's another one we can use. Okay, so I have a few there. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to have to move my Lappy out of the way because we can't spray next to Lappy. Okay. Wait. I forgot I have to show you the old original napkin journal. All right. Paula and some of y'all will remember this because y'all been here since day one. Okay. All right, so now this is a napkin. Oh, and then that was just a little thing I did of representative of Darcy UK with the red hair. Okay, so that's just in here. I don't really know why, but it is. All right, so this and it's kind of out of sync. It's kind of out of sync. I mean, the page has, again, been deconstructed. But this was the original napkin journal that I made. Yeah, Hump Day and Dragon Smackin'. That's right. So, it's like napkins, stencils, and collage. Okay, and paint. Okay, so like, and I think it goes this way. Here, let me move this off the table because I can't have too many things. All right. Because I think this one goes this way. So these are all 12 by 12 pages, and again, I might have to kind of shuffle them to get the two pages to go together. But they're stencils, collage bits, and napkins in no particular order. But yeah, so you can see, like this is napkins. These poppies are napkins. That's a stencil, drippy paint, stencil. So yeah, this one's quite old. See, that doesn't go with this. This doesn't go with that page. So, yeah. This one goes with that. The tiger and the lion. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think this was the back page. This one's not done. Let's see. I have a couple pages in here that are not done. Like this one's not done. Again, napkins and pages. Here we go. Let's stack this up. Stencils and napkins. And I think what we were trying to do essentially with this napkin journal was show how you can use the colors out of the napkins to make a cohesive page. Like this, it's not really showing up, but that's all that porcelain blue, yellow, and lime. And same for her. Then this is that's all hand painted bamboo on there. And that she does have some tears on her face. She doesn't really have fangs, although it looks kind of cool. So then we just painted with that blue heavy body gold paint. Did the with a brush and made bamboo. Again, napkins down here. This is my little Artie Dar fairy garden. So we use napkins and fairy stickers. These are just little stickers and turned it into a fairy garden, fairy wonderland like. Again, guys, look, there we go. The colors are a little off because of the lighting, but this one's one of my favorites. This is my Mothra girl. And see, that's where the pages came apart right here. But anyway, she's got a big wing here. And painted her face and her hair to have the same moth colors here. Let's see if I can grab the light again, guys. Because I'm doing so many things, my camera's going, what? Ooh, no. All right, now I got to move it again. Hang on. see if I can get it. Trying to get it the correct lighting, but there we go. That's better color. Okay. This was a Thanksgiving Plenty. This one, okay, this is probably my favorite of the whole, this book. That's, of course, taken apart. And y'all know Mona Lisa's my muse. Well, here she is. I have her caged. But the cage is open. She's not trapped. And then this is like a piece of jewelry that just looked like it could be a little cage holder. This is a die cut. And then there's all kinds of stencils and all kind of things going on here. And then this is this is the other half of the page. So yeah. You missed fairy. Oh, you want to see Fairyland? Okay, going back. Hang on. Hold it. Just stack it up. Because they're 2-page spreads, and these are 12 by 12 each, guys. So yeah, there's little fairies all tucked in there, and they're just little stickers. Again, we're playing around with how to use napkins, stencils, stickers, paint, anything. Anything. Just it's almost like a glue book kind of thing. It's kind of like a glue book kind of thing. All right, so then we have Alice in Wonderland, all napkins. Again, here's a little Alice going into the gate there. And then these are napkins, stencils, die cuts. So yeah, and that goes, again, it's taken apart, but it goes kind of like that. Butterflies. Let's see what else. Again, this was my very first napkin journal, guys. This was my first one. Okay, so this had some butterfly wings, and we just extended it over to a second page. Just painted it in to make it like go with this. And then stencils, napkins and stencils. Bye, Subin. Hi and bye. Okay, so now, this was the back page of that other one. All right, so this last one, this one's got a story to it. And that is supposed to be upside down. Okay, so in the Alice in Wonderland, y'all know Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I have the exact same striped shirt. You'll probably see me wear it. Anyway, when I did this double page spread, and this side is right side up, this side's upside down, just like in an Alice world, right? Hubster goes, is that supposed to be you? He's already gone, or I'd be calling him on it. I went, yeah, Hubs, that's me. Anyway, so yeah, that's my double page spread there. So yeah, so that's my old napkin journal, and I just had it stuck in that book. All right, so now I have to move Lappy up on, let's move this out of here, up on the pantry rack here, because we don't want any spray ink. So that means I gotta unhook the cord here. Let's move this around a little. Let's see if I can kind of adjust the cords here. Hang on, y'all. Y'all are gonna get a little jiggled here because I have to move you. Because I do not want sprays on Lappy. Alright, I think that's good. Alrighty. Okay, Subin. I was trying to be funny, man, apparently. I missed. Oh, he was trying to be funny? Yeah. Okay, so see, now I can throw this away. All right, so let's see. Okay, I got a cord coming across here. I gotta kind of see if I can pin this cord up out of the way. I gotta kind of readjust because I didn't plan for a big project. All right, so we're gonna do Smackin Dragon. So let me get my plastic. We're just going to do a few. I only pulled out a few. So this is just a big plastic, one of these cutting mat things. But the back side is completely shiny, non-porous. And we're going to have a bright thing there. Can't really do anything about that, okay? So, big plastic sheet. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, guys. Just kind of have to bear with me. We're only going to be here 5 minutes or so. All right, and if you have a craft mat, I have a black craft mat, but black's not going to show the color, so that's why I'm going to use this one. Move the phone, move the lappy, okay. So let me get out some of my, this may be enough. Okay, I think this will probably be enough. Some of these are washes. Okay, so I got my dilution sprays here. I have more, and some of them are almost out. Got different, like these are the washes. Like they're halfway empty, so I add water to them. Where's my, let's see. Guys. Where's the rest of them? Let's see. Let me just grab them off my shelf here. Red, purple, blue. I'm almost out of the teal color. Let's see. It doesn't matter. I can even just use the washes because we water them down. So what I do with them is when they start getting like about this much left in them, I add water to them and water them down, and I write wash on them. If they weren't a wash, then I would spray some out, and then I'd add a couple of spritzes of water, okay? Because you can water it down and it goes a long way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour out a couple. So there's some, and don't use more than 3 colors. If you use more than 3 colors, it's going to turn to mud real quick. Okay? Some teal. And let's go with some pink. Okay. And because I'm not spraying it with water, I'm just going to take a brush. Normally, I'll show you what I normally do. I normally take a spray bottle and spray it. But you don't need to do it if it's just a wash. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of do this. Okay, don't need to do much. Then all you do, this is where the Smackin Dragon part comes in. Where's my paper? Take your sheet of paper, okay, and you do this. You go smack and drag, and that's all you do. Right there. There's your smack and drag. Okay? And you can do a few before it turns to mud. But that's your result. Now, if you want more on the edge, then just smack and drag on the edge or on this edge. You can get a whole sheet covered, but you don't want it solid. You want it kind of like this, right? Because it looks cool. All right, now I've got to find a place to put this. Was not prepared to smack and drag today. So you can keep it on, just add a little water if you need to. Take your page and just go smack and drag. And there you go. See? Smack and drag. Then look, there's a whole little world right there, people. There's a city, there's a path, there's down here some landscape. See? Do you see the world? All right, let's see. Let's add a little bit of more pink here. Isn't it awesome? I know. And I use the dilutions. But like I said, don't waste it. If you got a little bit left, add water. Shake it up and keep going. All right, so let's see if we can get a few more out of this. Smack and drag. See how it's starting to turn brown though? Because you're mixing those colors. And you can smack and drag quite a few things. All right, let's see. What other colors? Where's my colors go? Oh, here we go. Let's add some, oh, and then when it starts getting muddy, then just take a baby wipe. And just clean your whole thing off. And if you can probably pick up enough in a baby wipe if you're one that likes to use your baby wipes for other things. I don't, but yeah. But it starts getting muddy after a while. All right, so now let's put some more. What color do we use there? We already had pink. Let's go with lime. Let's go with lime, yellow, and red. And you can spray this too. You can spray it. I just like blopping some out. All right, so here we go. So we're going to smack and drag. Smack and drag. And if you have a place you want more, just smack and drag again. You just get as much as you want on there. Is that kind of cool? All right, let's see what other colors we can do here. Let's do some more red. Let's do a dark, oh, let's do teal. Did we do teal yet? No, we haven't done teal. Oh, that's green. Where's teal? Did we do teal? Maybe we did. Now, this, I gotta say now, if you're using dilutions, this stuff stains your hands really bad, okay? You can add a spritz of water. Smack and drag. Smack and drag. See? How cool is that? Okay, we got 2 more pieces of paper. Let's wet that down. I'm just picking the back of whatever here. Smack and drag. We did. Okay, let's see. Let's do one more because I have one more sheet here. So let's spray out. Let's put out a little. Where's my purple? Do I have some purple thing here? Yeah, some dark blue. Okay. This has to be a non-porous surface because otherwise it'll just soak right in. Last one. Smack and drag. Smack and drag. And you can do this with littler stuff too, guys. Like, let's see. Let me grab a couple ATCs here. Okay. Some ATCs. Let's get a couple more colors in if we're going to do that. Let's see, because it's so spread out. Let's add some pink. Let's see, let's add a little bit of pink. Just a drop. A little more. Let's see if I can spray. Some of the sprays are kind of not working well. You know how that goes. And let's go with a little more red. Let's go with a little bit of yellow. And we'll spray it all down with water. Okay, got a stack of ATCs here. I usually like to make my art cards 3x4. These are actual ATC size, 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so I'm just going to smack and drag. See? Smack and drag. Smack and drag. If you need another color, just touch it. Touch it to another color. They start getting mud if you're not careful. You got to kind of be aware. So you're just really just dragging it through ink. Where did you get the Get the pink mat. I think I got it at Walmart. Well, I think my mother-in-law bought it for me years ago. So they're just quick little backgrounds. So you just smack and drag. I really shouldn't be wearing this white shirt doing this. And now they're starting to get muddy. See how they're starting to get dull? Because the colors are starting to blend all to mud. Hey, CB. So yeah. I'm just trying to soak up the rest of this. Then you can draw on top of these. You can, sketch faces on top of them, animals. It's like you already have a background already done. So yeah, there you go. So there's Smackin Dragon some cards. See if I can get the colors to kind of show up a little better. So yeah, so that's our Smackin Dragon lesson. And you can do it on, we did it on white. We did black paper with white. Let's see if I can do a couple of those. Let me find some black. Here we go. You can do it with paint. So if you have some black cards, hang on, okay, I gotta clean this off though so I don't have a spot. Hang on. Without getting it all over my white shirt. All right, let's bring this back. Clean this off. And then we got to go because we're going to run out of time anyway. We're about to run out of time. Don't forget Janet's going to be streaming here shortly, I think. Unless I missed some updates. All right, so now let me move this out of the way. And there is white ink spray too. But you can use paint. So let's do some watered down paint. So I'm going to let's just put a little bit of white paint. Spray it down with water. Just like I do make splotches, stars. I'm going to clean this brush out and see if I can kind of smooth this out. See if I can get this. Still got the touch. It's been a while since I made these. Okay, so smack and drag. And this is just black cardstock. Make waves, mountains. This could be anything. I mean, but you have to not be afraid to just look at it and say, oh, well, what could that be? And imagine things. Don't think, oh, no, it really doesn't look like that. Look, that one looks like coral. I'll show you something here in a minute. Okay, so like that. Now watch what I'm going to do. All right. Now I'm going to move this over to the side. Okay, I'm going to let me add a little bit more water. So what I'm going to do is just find a clean spot to move this to. Move this to the side. Now I'm going to bring all these back in. Uh-oh, that's going to drip. You gotta be careful. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move all these back in here now. Now what I'm going to do is take a floppy brush, and go back. I'm going right back into all this paint right here. Whoa, it wants to drip. Okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to flick on some stars. And some of it's kind of sinking in because the paper's wet, but you can go back with, let me clean this off. You can go back with your Posca or whatever. Okay, let me clean this off because I'm going to have a mess if this goes rolling off the mat. So let's just clean that mat off. Move that off the table. Okay. Yeah, it's quick, isn't it? Okay, so let me dry without trying to see if I can hold on to them. Hang on, just give me 1 second, guys. I just need the areas where the stars are to really be dry. I was going to try to make some little landscapes for you, but we're running out of time. So anyway, so then you can take, let's take this one. All right, let's do a little something here. Let's do a little. And you can just do all kinds of little and you start playing with them, see? So yeah. So you can kind of see some more ideas you can do with Smackin Dragon. So it doesn't have to be big poster size. It can be little ATC size. Right? So anyway, guys. All right, I'm going to head out, go get something to eat, and see you all over at, I know, it could be a lot of things, couldn't it? Just what you see. And, you know, anybody can Smackin Dragon. And then just go in there and just, you know, add some more details and play. But don't be afraid, guys. You got to not be afraid. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks, my fairy treasures, Angie Bell, for the awesome birthday. And also Hibiscus Girl and Down Under. I did a separate video of that. So hope y'all enjoyed coloring today in here. We finished the page in here. If you're just joining us, here, let me show you the pretty much finished page. Here's the pretty much finished page, except for inside the doors here. Those are the only things that are left, really. So we did that today. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. And don't know if I'll be here Friday or not, but y'all have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye.